Hi there, welcome to Namaste at Home Yoga. My name is Andy and this is my cat Neville. We're happy to have you back and for another free flow. This one we're going to work on opening up the shoulders a little bit more specifically, but otherwise it'll be my usual kind of all over the place free flow style. I'll say that 5 times fast. All you'll need today is your mat, and if you like to work with props like blocks or straps, definitely feel free to have those nearby and incorporate them or modify poses whenever you wish. We'll start by finding a nice tall seat on the mat, cross-legged position or otherwise. We'll take our usual moment just to check and to slow down a little bit here. Maybe we'll find a big breath in first and a big sigh. Just let the rest of the day go. It's probably been a lot of days, so let's do one more. Fill up. Sigh it out. Awesome. Allow the next few breaths to start to pull the crown a little taller, to ground the sit bones, to let the shoulders fall away from the ears. And allow the hands to find a comfortable point of rest, either palms up or palms down, maybe resting at the sides or on the knees, in the lap. Soften the gaze or close the eyes if you haven't already. Allow the forehead to smooth. Gently part the teeth to let go of a bit of unnecessary tension through the jaw. And if there's something in mind that you would really like to focus on as we make our way through this practice, you can bring it to mind now as we really start to hone into our breath. You can even picture that focus, the word, mantra, phrase, whatever it may be in front of you. A little reminder for whenever you need it. And if it's comfortable for you, we'll start to breathe in and out through the nose, keeping the mouth mostly sealed. Allowing inhales to fill us up. Exhales to be slow and full. Floating hands through center as we gently bring our chin to chest, softly opening the eyes, finding our way into our tabletop. Today we'll start by sending hips back to a child's pose. Allow them to get heavy hips towards heels. Stretch the arms overhead. Allow the forehead to sink. Feel free to come back to this posture anytime you need a change of pace. And if the head is resting, maybe giving that head a gentle rock side to side. Massage out your forehead. While we're here, let's start to walk the hands over to one side of the mat. We'll stack them palm over palm and use our exhales to send hips back and away, creating some space through the side of the body. Let the breath really help you out here. Inhales inviting space. Exhales letting those hips sink back and down. Walking the hands back through center over to the second side. Same thing here, we'll stack palm over palm as we start to send the hips back and away. Strong in our breath. And start to walk the hands back through center. Find an inhale back to your tabletop. And keeping hips high, let's step those arms a little bit farther in front of us, maybe a foot, foot and a half. And start to send the shoulders down towards the mat. Let the chest get heavy here, puppy pose. This is a lot for the arms. Feel free to come back up a little bit. If you're craving more, you can always bring hands up onto blocks. Gently lifting back up, we can walk the hands back under the shoulders and find a couple of cat-cows. Inhaling, we lift through the head, chest, and hips. Exhaling, we press down through hands and knees, allowing our spines to round. Inhale opens us up, head, chest, and hips rise. Exhaling, we round. Finding one more of those. Finding your way back to a neutral spine whenever you are done, but absolutely no rush. We'll draw that core in towards the back. You can almost feel that belly button drawing in towards the spine. Engaging a bit through the arms here, like you're pressing your mat away from you. Finding a gentle tuck to the chin. Allowing the crown of the head to reach tall, tailbone to draw back. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and tuck your toes. Find your way into a downward dog. You can take a moment to move however you need here, just to settle into that inverted V posture. And then we'll reach the right hand back towards the outside of the left leg, anywhere that is available, shifting the gaze under the left shoulder towards the side wall. Feeling that left hand firm into your mat here. And if it helps, you can always bend the knees to help shift weight back towards the feet. We'll release the right hand to the mat, and same thing other side. Left hand reaches through, finding somewhere along the outside of the right leg. Shifting the gaze over towards the right wall. Exhaling to bring hands to plant. Inhale, send that right leg high. Stepping between the hands to start. Let's drop the back knee, untuck the toes, press through to rise. We're going to draw the hips back a little bit for now. If it feels okay for the arms, floating them through center. And start to tuck the tailbone, sinking forward and down into a low lunge. Find a couple of breaths here to inhale space to that hip, space to the front of the left leg. And then we'll open up through the upper body as well here. You can feel free to keep hands as they are. One of my personal favorites is to walk the hands to the backs of the hip crests, almost like you're putting your hands in back pockets. Start to draw the elbows together, lifting gently through the chest, finding the gentlest back bend. Inhales, bring a little bit more space to the front of the body. Exhales, keeping our elbows squeezing back in together. If hands are through center, being mindful of our breath. If we start to hold it, maybe we've gone a little too far. Next, inhale, find your way back to neutral. Let's release for a moment. Heel toe your foot to the outside edge of the mat. We'll drop both hands to the inside of the front foot for lizard. Allow the hips to get heavy here. And staying as you are, or starting to find a little bit of a bend to the elbows, maybe even coming down to forearms. Think about squeezing the right knee in alongside the body. So we're pressing down through all four corners of the right foot. And again, option to stay as you are. Or we can tuck the back toe, keeping our hips low. We start to lift the back knee, add a little bit more intensity. I highly encourage you to listen to your body here, what it's okay with, what's a little bit much, or what might not quite be enough. You can change from side to side, from moment to moment, day to day. And if you're on forearms, find your way back up to hands, making your way into a downward dog once more. Alright, hips are starting to open up. Let's go ahead and even that out on our second side. Left foot inhales high. Stepping forward between the hands. We'll drop the right knee, untuck the toes, pressing through to lift, settling into our low lunge. You can start to tuck the tailbone, pressing hips gently forward and down. Keeping our nice tall spine for the first few breaths here. And then maintaining it over the next few, or we start to add that little bit more openness to the chest, a little bit more of a lift. Hands can stay through center or catch backs of the hips. Inhaling, we find length. Exhaling, we find a little bit of squeeze through the back. Core is still fired up. Breath so strong. Guiding us into whatever back bend feels okay today. Encouraging that openness through the chest. Find one or two more here. And then use an inhale to float back through a neutral spine. You can heel toe the foot out to the outside edge of the mat and place hands along the inside edge. Again, we will start to make our way into the lizard, maybe drawing the chest forward a little bit first. Finding a bend to the elbows, making our way down to forearms, wherever we might need to settle today. Hug that left knee in close. All four corners of the foot pressing firm into your mat. An option to keep the back knee down, or maybe we tuck the toes and lift the knee. What does your breath sound like in this moment? Is it still flowing fully? Or has it started to become a little bit shaky? Feeling our hard work? Maybe it's a little bit shorter than we'd like it to be. Can we return to that depth, that full, beautiful quality of breath? If you are on forearms, find your way back to hands and step it back to a downward dog. Beautiful work. Let's warm things up even more through our upper body into more of a flow. Find an inhale shifting forward to our high plank. Exhale, we lower to knees, chin, and chest. Inhale draws us forward and up for cobra, and we're going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. If toes are tucked, untuck them so tops of feet press into the mat. Allow the shoulder blades to pull back and down. Hands are light. Gaze just in front of our mat. Exhale, find your way back down. Let's bring the right arm out to the side. In line with your shoulder, we'll find a 90-degree bend. Left hand plants into the mat. Left foot can reach up and over towards the right wall. We'll just stay here for a couple of breaths, opening a bit through the right chest, right shoulder. We will be coming back to this one, so although we won't be here long, we'll get more time in it later. Exhale to find your way through center. Repeating on our second side. Left arm extends out from the shoulder, finding a 90-degree bend. Right hand plants, right foot reaches. Coming up and across. If it's available, head can rest on your mat. With all this openness in the front body, encourage that breath to fill it up. Exhaling through center. You can bring hands back under the shoulders, get really strong through the core. Press back into a tabletop to downward dog. Excellent. Let's send right leg high. Step between the hands. And plant the left heel down like we're prepping for a warrior two. In fact, we are coming into warrior two. So go ahead and float that up. Shoulders stacking over top of hips. Tailbone dropping towards the mat here. Feeling that openness through that chest. Really get proud there. Feeling the core strong. Belly button drawing in towards the spine. And we'll find our way to an extended side angle here. Right elbow, right forearm drops towards the right leg. Left arm sweeps overhead. Encouraging that openness to the shoulder and maybe a little bit of a lift to the gaze. From here, let's flip that palm towards the sky. Start to circle it back. Really big, really open. Take your time. Back down past the hip. Sweeping up overhead. Opening the palm towards the sky. Opening the chest towards the sky. Big circle. Sweep it around. Let's find one more here. And get strong through those feet. Plant firm through the right foot. Inhale, floats us up. Exhale, left arm drops back. Right arm reaches up and back, creating space through the right side of the body. Allowing fingertips to reach up and back. And exhaling, challenge to balance. Challenging yourself to go deeper in your lunge. Next, inhale, flow through center. Exhale, windmill down, frame the foot, step back, down dog. Through a flow. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhaling the lower knees, chin and chest. Inhaling cobra. Exhale, come on back to your mat, into our chest stretch again here. 90-degree angle with the right arm. Elbow in line with shoulder. Left foot reaching up and over towards the right wall. 2 to 3 good breaths. And then we will find our way through center. Over to our second side. Left elbow in line with the shoulder. Right foot reaches. Few more good breaths. And exhale brings us back through center. Hands can plant firmly to make our way back to a downward dog. We'll bring left leg high. Stepping between the hands. Right heel comes down, foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Setting up for our warrior two, second side. Can windmill up, stack the shoulders over hips. Finding a few breaths in our strong stance here. Let's draw up that left arm towards the left leg. Sweep the right arm overhead, up towards the sky. Kind of where, well, if you're inside, where your wall would meet the ceiling. And really opening through that shoulder. Let's flip the palm up as we reach the arm back, opening through the chest, sweeping down past the hip, slowly back up overhead. Open through that palm, nice big circle, reach, expand. Sweeping it back up, strong through those legs. Still last one, your pace. Take your time. Beautiful extended side angle. Get firm through your left foot. Inhale, float through center. Exhale, right arm drops, left arm reaching up and back for peaceful warrior. Again, we challenge our lunge here. Endurance through our legs. Space through our torso. Next inhale, float back through center. Exhale, we windmill down, step back, downward dog. One more flow. Inhale, shift forward. Exhaling, we lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bring it back to your mat. One more time in this chest stretch. Right arm finds that 90-degree bend in the elbow. Left foot reaching over for a couple breaths. And slowly making your way to your second side. You might start to notice a little bit more opening as we make our way through each round. A little bit more space. Exhaling back through center will allow hands to plant. Find your way back to a downward dog. And we'll start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Bend the knees as much as you need. We'll meet back in a forward fold, letting the body ragdoll forward. Letting that head go. Maybe giving it a bit of a nod or a shake. Releasing some of that extra tension or maybe busy mind, extra thoughts, right over the top of your head, into your mat, into the floor. We'll start to walk our way up to stand, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. Inhaling, we sweep the arms overhead. Exhaling through center. One more, sweep arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, find a chair, hips back and down. Powerful pose. We'll pull thumbs up and back so biceps are alongside the ears. Allow that core to get strong, tailbone pointing towards the mat. Crown of the head reaching, weight shifting back towards the heels, toes are nice and light. Spread those fingers wide, arms are so energized here. Over the next couple of breaths, start to draw the elbows back, opening almost into a W or a little bit of a wingspan here. Backs of hands are reaching towards the back wall. Inhale, get tall, send those arms up. Exhale, release. You can stand tall in Tadasana for a moment or so. Palms facing forward, chest proud. Standing tall, standing strong. And we'll start to bring the hands behind the back, opening the shoulders in a little bit of a different way. We can interlace the fingers here. Squeeze the palms towards each other. If that's not available, you can think about just bringing palms back towards each other behind the back. This feels like a lot. It's already opening quite a bit through the shoulders or through the front body, where it's forcing you into an extended back position. Find a spot that you can return to neutral. If you're craving a little bit more, maybe we start to hinge forward at the hips, making our way into a forward fold. Continuing to squeeze palms together. Maybe hands start to lift up and away from the glutes. Mine don't like to go very far here. Everyone's shoulders are a little bit different in where they're most open, where they need strengthening. So see where yours are sitting today. Got 2 more good breaths here. If you're folded forward, find an inhale to float back up. And exhaling, we release our grip. Beautiful. You can step the feet a little bit wider, turn the toes out slightly, and we'll find our way to our yogi squat. Hands can float through center. Exhaling to send the hips back and down. Elbows can meet inner edges of the legs. Use that pressure of the palms to start to draw the chest forward and up. Find that long spine. If it means our hips don't go as low for now, or heels are lifted for the moment, that's all right. Find a couple of breaths in this posture. Inhaling length to the spine. Exhaling a little bit more depth, a little bit more letting go, whatever is available in your body. And then use the hands however you need to find your way to a comfortable seat. You can come back to that cross-legged position for now. Finding a gentle twist. Let's inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twisting over towards the left side of the room. Right hand can come to that left leg. This is just to help guide our twist, guide our stretch. I would like the core still fired up enough here that if we were to let go with the hands, we can maintain our twist and stay as we are. With our next exhale, we'll come back through center. Left hand starts to work its way towards the right leg. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, we find that twist. Again, hands on the legs as a guide. You can do that hand lift test, see if we can maintain that twist or if we need to find a bit of a different spot. Encourage that breath to stay strong, to stay full. Letting go of any expectations we might have for how far we should be able to or would like to be able to twist. Just letting ourselves be where we are today. Let's exhale back through center. Can walk the fingers to the sides first, and then start to bring them back behind you. Big theme of the day today. Think about shoulders coming back and down, a little bit of a squeeze. Let the chest lift slightly. Gaze can follow up and back. And then we'll start to walk the fingertips back towards the front. This time maybe catching the mat or catching the floor, gently tenting the fingers in front of you. Allow the back to round ever so slightly. Chin comes towards the chest. It's almost like a slow seated version of our cat-cow. You can walk hands back in towards you. Find your tall spine once more. And we'll come back a little bit higher up, a little bit closer in here to the neck. Hands can just come to rest at the sides or on the legs, and we'll inhale to grow tall. Exhaling to let the right ear sink towards the right shoulder, finding space in the left side of the neck. And if this really isn't enough for you today, you can walk the left fingertips away from you on the mat, extending just a little bit more or encouraging the lower shoulders. Slowly rolling the chin down towards the chest. Inhaling back through center. And other side, we exhale for left ear to sink towards left shoulder. Keeping the hands planted, or maybe right fingertips walk away to extend through the right side. Exploring some length, some space. And with our next exhale, we'll slowly roll that chin down towards the chest. Inhale through center. And find a little bit of stillness here. Let's allow the gaze to soften once more, our eyes to close. Checking in with how the body is feeling right now. Where it's feeling a little bit more open, maybe more fatigued after some work. Acknowledging the time that you took for you today. Giving yourself some gratitude for the work you put in, the time you set aside. And if you had a particular focus from the start of our practice, returning to it now. Let's gently float hands through center and chin to chest as we softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope the shoulders are feeling quite excellent, but of course, as always, adjust when you need, modify when you need, listen to your body more than anything else. If something feels great, awesome. If it doesn't, that's okay. There's no perfect way to do all of these postures. We just allow our bodies to get where they can, and otherwise we can adjust the postures so that they fit our bodies better. I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you again soon. Namaste.